I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Aspen Leaf Recordings Featured Artist of the Month. This month I'm very happy to have Steve Gammill back here in the studio. Although Steve is not a singer, songwriter, performer, I know he loves people, what he does, and he's a very creative guy. Steve, welcome to the studio.
Thanks. I'm a singer, songwriter, performer, wannabe.
So, where do you call home currently, and what do you do as a profession?
Well, I live and office in Fruita, Colorado. I am an attorney that specializes in estate planning, business planning, and tax planning. I do that significantly differently than traditionally is done, in that I base that in storytelling.
How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that for about 16 or 17 years now, which is exactly the time that I determined I was absolutely finished with litigation, which I had done for in excess of 30 years.
So one of the first times we got together was to help you record videotape, a seminar that you put on, and it was on estate planning, if I remember correctly. How was that video being used?
I do a lot of teaching, actually, all over the country in estate and business planning. And that was what I was doing in Fruita, as a matter of fact, when you videoed that for me. And the quality was so superb that I had the brilliant aha that I could actually put that on my website and either use it as a means to demonstrate to people what I do and how I do it and what's important, or actually sell it to perhaps other attorneys that want to learn a little bit more about that.
What kind of information will people find on your website?
There are examples of what I mean when I tell people that I do estate planning differently than traditionally is done. What do we mean by storytelling and story-based estate planning? How do those two fit together? So that's what's on there, and of course there's the video work that you did.
We did just shoot that video maybe 4 or 5 months ago together. What was it like shooting the video?
Well, it was a great experience, and I think the greatest part of the experience was looking back on it, how easy it really was to do. And part of that is your coaching, but I have to say that I had never done one before, certainly not one that I really needed to pay attention to and focus on. And I had some nervousness, even though I rehearsed that half a dozen times to myself. I still was nervous about it, but it flowed, and once I began doing it, and you were doing the filming of it, and you were coaching me, it was a snap, and I just can't believe how easy and comfortable it was to do it, and it's only a 4-minute.
Well, more importantly, is it effective for your viewers?
People have commented on my website all positively and saying it's a great website, but a few of those people have said that's a great video on the home page. So, you know, I wouldn't do another website without putting a video of some sort on there.
Steve has a new book, Success, Swimming in a Sea of. Tell us about the book, Steve.
It's a series of interviews that I conducted in our local community in the Grand Valley, of people that are famous here, people that aren't really famous, maybe you've heard of them, and people that you've never heard of before, all oriented toward what does it mean in your mind to be a successful person or to have had a successful life.
Where can people get a copy of this book?
There's a page on the website, I think it's called Blogs and Books, something like that, where you can actually purchase the book.
So Steve, if Aspen Leaf Recording has been a benefit to you, how have we helped?
I had no idea that I could utilize the quality of this studio, the production, the filming, the audio that you offer. Absent going to Los Angeles or New York, I just didn't know that was available to me, and it has not only have I utilized it a number of times here, but the pricing to me is very reasonable, and I have completely turned around how I'm marketing myself and how when I said I was doing a reinvention of my web presence, this is one of the main things, and I'll be using this studio on into the future.
Great. Well, I want to thank Steve for being our guest today. It's always a pleasure to see you, and invite you back anytime. You're always welcome.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Steve. I'm glad we could help you out.
Appreciate it.
For all of your music, audio, transfer, help with web videos, and a host of other audio and video needs, hope you'll check out AspenLeafRecording.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.